All right, good evening. I'm Adam Zemke.
I'm Andy Greisler.
And we're here just to do a brief competition review of Michigan State's placement at the Formula SAE at MIS competition just this past week. And so the competition had its ups and downs for our team. During the static events and the first day of dynamic events, which included skid pad, acceleration, and autocross, we saw pretty good times out of the car and good scores out of the teams despite a few hiccups. But there was also a little bit of a rockier ride during the final day of the competition, the date that we held endurance, and so I'll leave that to Andy. He was one of the drivers.
Yep, I drove the first leg of endurance, and the car was feeling pretty solid about 8 or 9 laps into the endurance. Very fast, very controllable, pretty clean overall. I experienced some of the tightest head-to-head racing I've ever been in with other universities such as the University of Stuttgart out of Germany and some other teams that were really fast like we were. And around lap 8 or 9, I experienced the car starting to get a little bit more unsettled than usual. And what happened is in the rough transition, in the rough banked corner, there was push rod in the rear suspension got buckled. This push rod right here buckled and made the car very unstable to drive. This is the actual push rod that came out of the car. And that failed due to the fact that we hadn't been testing it all on banked corners. And the banking in the corner in one leg of the endurance course actually buckled the push rod due to all the extra loading that it was seeing underwent the turn. So up until then, the car was very solid, but unfortunately, I had to turn the car over to our second driver, Brandon Goad, in less than drivable condition. He did the best he could, but we eventually got pulled off the track, and the body was dragging on the ground. So that's caused by the fact that right rear of the car dropped so much that we actually ended up scraping up the body pretty good. We have some pictures, unfortunately, of you can see the left front wheel after the push rod is buckled, but we're still going while Brandon's driving. It's probably about an inch or an and a half off the ground, and the body is just dragging, getting ripped to shreds, unfortunately. So we do have a little bit of repair to do between now and Formula SAE West, which is going to be coming up here at the end of next month in Fontana, California. And but we're happy to report we've started making those repairs and upgrades for the car right now, so that we ensure that we don't run into the same problems that we ran into at MIS, even if we were to encounter another banked surface. So we're going to spend the next 4 weeks testing, both here on campus and off at some of our sponsors, Bosch and Goodyear, at their facilities, and preparing the car to go to California. And so we definitely have a little bit of work ahead of us, actually a lot of work ahead of us, but we are prepared to make sure that we complete that work and get everything tested. So stay tuned over the next few weeks. We're going to continue writing on the blog about the testing, and then also the trip out to California. So I guess that's about it for this evening and the recap, and please make sure you stay tuned. Thanks very much.